You guys doing today? Um, so we're on Planet Toulan, and I'm going to be covering a whole bunch of stuff. I hope it's helpful for you. It is going to be really a crafting focused episode, actually. So this is Nadira. Nadira is very important. You can find her at this guardian village here. Uh, she has a quest called Nadira Wants an Apprentice. Now, this quest allows you to work your way through it to get this 1,000 attempts daily, in which this actually is going to allow you to collect at the end of a big run some machinery skill. And if you're a crafter, you're probably lacking on machinery skill, to be honest, a little bit. And so it's a great mission to be working through. I would not suggest not doing it if you are actually a crafter. It's just as important, to be honest, as going and doing the daily on Monria. You get 70 peck in machinery. I think 70 peck in machinery is a pretty good reward for doing a crafting run that you were probably going to run a run anyway. So in our case, we're going to be focusing over the next few sessions on textures. So Nadira is literally located right by the crafting area, and you're going to see a lot of people are going to be over crafting and stuff. Um, right off the bat, I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to actually train your texturing, and then we're going to do a big run, probably about 1,000 some clicks and stuff like that. And so I'm going to grab out. Um, let's look. Let's grab out this like little, we'll grab two different examples. And so to get max effect on any texture that you're qualified to do, and I'll make sure we're qualified on this before I just grab it for an example, you have to use 323 textures. I'm going to show the difference between using 1,000, and I'm going to show you a cheaper way to get something to texture to do your training. Okay, so I'm going to grab two of these. We're going to go in here, go to Blueprint Books. You're going to notice that these are customizable books. I'm going to actually buy two of them so we can give you two different examples. Um, I already have texturing tools. You can buy these. This actually works the same for the colorators and stuff like that too, by the way. And so we've got it equipped. We're going to go and we're going to grab a book real quick all the way down here. These are going to become customizable, and you can also cheaply train your coloring this way too. So then I'm going to go in here, and so you're going to notice that that full color's in that bar, right? So we're going to click apply. As you can see, we got a return here, we got some skill here. So that's all nice and stuff. And so that's good, but when you're skilling sometimes, and you can see it, change the texture a little bit, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes when you're skilling, you'll just drop in a stack of 1,000. That's the max it'll let you. The weird thing is, this is where you get the texture enhancers more of the time and stuff like that. Don't do that unless they're really cheap, low markup. Also, hi Bella. Hope you're doing amazing. Um, it is one of the cheaper ways to get something to train texturing because you don't want to be buying some of these marked up clothing to texture. As you can tell, we didn't actually lose anything but the texture. Oh, well, I don't want you to be doing bad. I hope it gets better. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a massive run, and this might seem extreme, of 1,500 generic leathers. Now, I know that's over the amount that's required for Nadira's, but we also want to pop some blueprints. And a 1,500 clicky click run is about an hour and 54 minutes, which I honestly feel gives a more accurate depiction of what's going on. So I'll set this up so we can see everything. This is going to be able to see that stuff. Hold on one second. That's in a good place, I think, right there. And I'm going to get this to where we can see the blueprints. Hold on, I'll move this over. I don't like where it is. We want to see what we get. Honestly, I don't know we'll get any good blueprints. Um, we'll get some skills, and at the end we'll collect 70 peck in machinery. In all honesty, machinery is often a lagging behind skill. Um, Not sure where mine currently is. Mine's at 3091. For my weapon stuff, that's probably lagging behind. It's not as bad as my one that I want to be building up, which is the manufacturer weaponry. I'm way lagging behind. I'll be hitting the crap out of Cyrene for that one. But machinery lags behind a lot of people. And so this will be good because we'll probably get some blueprints. I actually like the textures on this planet. And the other advantage of this texturing stuff, if you look, if you have a blueprint, you can see kind of what the texture of something looks like. That's actually really, really handy. Excuse me, I wasn't trying to be rude, but basically, we're hoping for some good textures. I know they have awesome stuff on this planet. Collecting the 1000 mission is just a stacking bonus in all honesty. Some of the textures on this planet also are worth a lot. So this is an almost maxed out blueprint. My texturing, not massive. Let's see, look, I think that's under crafting still. I wasn't sure if they created a designer page. So I'm good at material constructor. I think they do have a designer page, don't they? Material designer. So at actually applying it, it goes under material designer. I have the ability to craft them. Oh, that's awesome. You know what? Everybody's crafting skill at one point is crappy. I mean, like in all honesty, my hunter skill is really low because I spent years and years crafting, and so we're working on it. Definitely lag behind there. But, hunting is fun as crap. You're 110th level BLP. Yeah, you smoked the crap out of me. My combat stuff is not impressive. So my highest is 36 in pyrokinetics, and this other stuff is significantly drops from there. You know what I mean? I don't do any of that other stuff really. So, but 110 BLP is insane. What weapon do you use? Because that's actually ridiculous. You should be just wasting the crap out of stuff. Like, yeah, in my mind, you just shred things, right? Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that weapon at all, cause I am not near that powerful. But that is probably a good weapon. I'll have to Google it real quick. Oh, it's a pistol, huh? How fast does that attack? Oh, that's 70.4 damage per second, huh? Or yeah, no, yeah. So that's a fast gun. That seems very fast, honestly. That is cool. So you're skilling fast with that, right? Because you're just and that's a pretty good amount of damage too. That's a very pimp little way to go. That probably drops skills like crazy. So we're gonna hope that we get some points in manufacturing methodology over anything else, to be honest. This is considered an end product. It's all the same. Oh. See, I wasn't sure because some people will tell me like the faster you attack, the more skills you get. And I actually don't know how it works for like shooty shoot stuff, you know what I mean? Because I just don't have a firm background in being a hunter enough to actually have judgment on that. Okay. Well, good to know. I'm gonna have to upgrade my armor and start trying to pretend I'm Studley for a second. I have actually pretty good armor right now, but it's not like I don't know. I see some of the stuff people are hunting and I'm blown away. I honestly don't know how the crap or what armor they're using, but like that one instance that I don't even know what it's called, but so I probably shouldn't point it out. So there's an instance that I watched Bonnie and them run, and it seemed ridiculous to be honest. Like for one, very expensive looking, but for two, whoa, beyond my gear and skill level. I would get shredded so fast. But it's a goal. Aspirations, right? There are a grip of people here doing this today. Smart choice. 70 free pack in machinery's kind of. What's Grumpy Avatar? I don't know who Grumpy Avatar is. Do they have an avatar that wears similar clothes? Because I have different clothes. And look at this. Oh, I will have to check into this. Let's see what this is valued at. So those are worth a lot. I'm gonna have to check out what these look like. Luxury, ornate, texture. What level do you have to be to use these? Look at that. So this planet, honestly, some of these textures are low level. Like, to use even, maybe. I don't know. We'll look. I do like that all these people are collecting all these little dailies. I don't know. I wish I was clicking a button. I like the little tab daily here. Honestly, can I say something? And I'm not sure if it's not working right or what's up with that. But I noticed these dailies on Toulan, you can do them more than once a day. Like, I don't know their exact reset time, but they seem to reset. Not this crafty one, I haven't checked it, but like the others, I've done more than once. And so I don't know what the deal with the dailies is, but they seem to reset faster than I would have thought, to be honest. Which is good, because in all honesty, if you're trying to focus on a skill, having them reset like that is kind of pimp. Like, the two ones right outside of the gate are handguns. I'm not really a pistol handgunny pistolier. I can see how you could easily become one on this planet because it disproportionately gives daily points away for it, you know? But the anatomy one and stuff like that from the little tabs, they're easy as crap to kill. They drop those tab leathers within reason, to be honest. I mean, in my opinion. And everybody's hunter stats are different, so like mine are not that high, obviously, because I'm not a big time shooter. But we're kicking butt at crafting, and we're slowly making our way around these planets and collecting some codexes, which mm, should help us be a little less weak in the hunting department. Well, a lot less weak in the hunting department, in all honesty. I need to get a whole bunch more stamina, though. My stamina is still low as crap, to be honest. Like, I remember when you couldn't get stamina almost any way at all before the codex. That was crappy as heck. This codex thing is amazing. Let's see, what are we at? Yeah, I need to get to like 50 stamina, and I want 100 intelligence for sure. That I feel would aid in the crafting, you know what I mean? I know it's only a percent or something, but I want that full percent. That's enough of my energy drinked up ranting, I think, for the moment. So I hope you guys are having a great day, by the way. See, this is why I'm not good at awkwardly and quietly just sitting here. I learned yesterday not to drink energy drink and coffee at the exact same time because they don't mix well flavor-wise. Just like horrible. It was not a good outcome. Kind of curious where we're at on that. So we're at 10%. This is going to be a second, right? If you guys haven't grabbed your maze hammer, those things, they're actually pretty cool. And now that they made them not limited, where you can actually repair them and stuff, because you get these on Cyrene. Good for this. Scoot out so I can see who's here, which I couldn't see it all that way. This is the one we're kind of wanting the most, but that's going to come in slow as crap. And so, not much we can do about that. And this is slowly leveling up. I don't know, maybe by the end of this trip around the planets, this will be at 100% stuff, and so that'd be good. And I'm kind of curious what we get, because I'm going to run a bunch of these on this planet. And so this time it's going to be generic leather. Um, Honestly, next stream it'll probably be, I'll have to look at the end of the stream, to be honest. But the goal will be to get an assortment of interplanetary textures. In which, by the way, if you guys are ever on a planet and you're like, hey, I wish I could craft something, but there's no way in heck I can get that on this planet, right? You can actually, even though there's that on here, order it in. And usually the ped fee is actually not absorbing it. If it's really heavy stuff, it is absorbing it in my opinion, but I've interplanetary ordered. It's a great way to avoid getting pirated, in my opinion, outside of just mother shipping. And mother shipping is a good choice too. I'm not gonna ever tell somebody that's not a. If you're bringing a lot of stuff, but say you're just ordering a specific material or a specific component off of another planet, I wouldn't fly back and forth and risk it because you can literally just be like, hey, I'm going to use the interplanetary commerce system and ship it to yourself, which is like I 50-50. If it's a lot of stuff I need, I'm gonna fly back and get somebody in a mothership. If it's this amount of stuff, Boom. I think there's a chorus of humming. I don't even know how to do that. I was waiting for I was kind of thinking maybe they were gonna make some kind of music with it, like organized. I don't know why I expected that. That's probably not a reasonable expectation, to be honest. Is that a default sound to just be humming? See, this is stuff I'm gonna have to look into. This surface composition we don't have a ton of either, to be honest. Definitely need some of that. That's kind of cool. I don't know where they got the skeleton thing. I wonder if there's a skeleton head thing, like a hood. That'd be kind of neat. You know the blueprint I want, and I know it's limited, and I don't know if I have the stuff for it and stuff, but for Halloween, the one I think is insane cool is all those witch's broom blueprints. I have never seen one, a witch's broom blueprint in the auction house, to be honest, but during Halloween time, you would think witch's broom would be like a very good item to be able to bust out. Well, I think it would be cool as heck. This is gonna take a second. I think we're gonna switch to energy drinks because, yeah, which isn't bad. Something exciting could happen. I've never got a global on a texturing run though, and I've ran some textures, so I've got globals on some of the other like type crafting, but not texture. I was kind of looking at what flavor that was because I wasn't sure. Energy drinks, they're always kind of like a distortion play on a flavor. Like it's good, but it's like, like the Smarties type candy flavor of a version of a flavor always. Like I think at least. I like Smarties and candy, so that's okay, but there's a lot of people in adjusted pixie armor. That's really good, well-rounded armor. Especially if you plate it up and stuff. That's excellent armor, actually. So at least we're past 1/6, right? I think I shocked somebody on that. I would think at this point we'd get at least another little of these happy. I really do want to see this actually though. It sounds cool. You know what I mean? And for it to be able to be done at low level is insane. I almost wish I could have two of these tabs up just for the purposes of like exploratory looking at this. Guess we'll be waiting. See all these people collecting the dailies? That's because they're that easy to bust out. Like one of them, here I'll pull them up. Let's just go over this. So they're easy, like 40. This one, these two are the ones right out the door. They're the, hey, if you shoot the crap out of them, you'll get some handgun skill. That one's pretty easy, honestly, because it's a bunch of easy, like low level creatures. And they have reasonably high maturity, which is kind of a great thing because then you move right through the codex. And so they're one of those, hey, this is a cheap, low-hanging fruit codexes that I'm actually in love with at this point because it's what's been fueling me getting my stats up. Because some of that stuff is expensive to hunt. And so we're focused on some budget economy power expansion. Econo expansion. I don't know if that's a real thing. I forgot I ordered those. I gotta put those in the thing. They didn't have enough on this planet. I want to do a lot of runs of stuff. And so it was probably a good idea to just order them in. See, now this is a pretty good streak of boom, 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 right? We're still missing some. Oh, see, we'll take that too. I'll actually take any of these skills that we're getting. Because most of the texturing stuff, I have some skill in it, but I'm being predominantly carried by my engineering stuff, I'm sure. And that's just reality. And without backfilling, you can't efficiently do crap. I mean, like, it just burns you. And so, getting all this rebalance is probably gonna save my butt a little bit on future runs. I would like to get a few permanent blueprints and not just some really fancy, take some stuff, right? Hmm. At this rate, does not look like we'll get enough to do a 1500 clicky click run of those, though, for sure. That would be a lot. And so, plus that was a lot of stuff that goes into a single. But we'll look at what they look like at the end. On top of that, I'll show you one of the textures that I actually think is one of the most impressive textures. Um, when I'm done with this interplanetary thing, I'm gonna actually buy a special suit of armor just so I can grind the codex on that animal to collect leathers for it. And I don't have a plan further than that. That's like literally the limit of the plan. Like really would like to be able to run that texture. And so I'll probably have to find something fancy to put it on afterwards, to be honest. But I haven't seen this luxury texture, so who knows? You never know. Plus, this will give us enough. We can demonstrate the book thing on each one of these chronicles to make sure everybody understands that you can actually just practice texturing, coloring right on a limited edition book that's customizable out of the technician's terminal, and it'll save you tons of money, like tons of money. In fact, for anybody joining now that didn't catch that at the beginning, make sure that this is. See how these are all customized? Instead of buying an upgrade like a expensive anything to be able to texture, if you're just gonna burn textures, which by the way is how you train texturing, right? Because not enough customers are gonna come in for you to grind up that skill. And so if you can buy cheap, and by I mean cheap, it's relative to the markup. So if a texture is in the auction house and it has some ridiculously low markup, some people are doing things at a lost cost, and so they're contributing you being able to just buy that up, and you can just skill it into a book. You'll get skill, you'll get some of the ped back, like on those books we did. Boom, we got that ped. We used a cheap texture. Um, it is really that easy. And so texture skilling is annoying because it literally is a direct money transfer where you're like, oh, I'm going to take this block of textures and drop it into something. But in some cases, you really are going to be skilling on some clothes and stuff. But you don't even get access to a lot of good textures until, I don't know, fifth level at least is where you start. And that's like if you go around to all the little planets. Like one of my favorite low-level textures is Perpite off of Next Island. I think it's kick butt. Dark Listerium's a cool one. There's a few off of this planet that I know of already that are good ones that I haven't got yet, but I will be getting them before I leave. And I don't know Arcadian textures, and so we'll be learning those when I get there. It's literally have no idea on those. I probably have some, because I've been there before, but I would say compared to like other. Oh, Gallard's a good red texture. So we're missing tons of that crap. You see what I mean? Each planet, they have a bunch of different ones. And some of them are low level. Calypso, they don't seem to be so much low level. Like, they're all 15, 20, stuff like that. And if you go to use a texture you're not qualified for, it'll skill exchange on you still. Oh, see, look, we got more of them. That's still moving slow. But the overall quality of the item that you create will suck. And so, unless you take a bunch of texture enhancers, in which you generate those sometimes while you're texturing or skill training, you'll like drop a bunch of textures into a book, and in the outcome part, it'll drop a little enhancer. Same with colorant. I think that they should hook us up with a permanent blueprint. Something fancy. By the way, this planet has ridiculous furniture. So we're missing. See, they have ridiculous textures. For some reason, I think this red overlapping thing is gonna be pimp. And I don't know about the skulls texture, but we need that. There's a skulls texture on this planet. I don't know how rare that is though, guys. No clue. Looking forward to getting something though, right? I really want to know what this looks like. This is low level producible. Look at this. Well, we'll have to find out if it's low level producing. I don't know who Harry is, but they discovered it 2 years ago. That's good for them. Pimp. I've never discovered a blueprint. I'm not at the forefront of putting in enough ped, honestly, I don't think. or turning enough blueprints at such a high level that you're going to be in the prospect of a discovery. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I would have to hit pretty hard at a higher tier, like way higher than 1, right? And so, as the world turns. So I hope you guys are having a kick butt day, rocking out your Entropia stuff and crossing your fingers that we get some kind of epically rare blueprint that's going to change the world somehow. I don't know how, but something cool. I think when I'm done with this, though, we will make some kind of clothing item with the best outcome blueprint combination. That'll be fun. Not today. I mean, like the whole Chronicle thing, because we're gonna run 1,500 of a different texture each time we do the stream, and so it's gonna be a second. But we should have basically a good amount of diversity to what you can get off of this planet on the low level, hey, I carry these textures on. And then I'll actually supply up on stuff on this planet too, so that we can run some of the indigenous textures, because that's going to be important too. But I'm really super excited about this 70 peck in machinery that we get to collect for sure. I'd like to get that up, like a lot up, like maybe 4,000 is probably not reasonable right off the bat to want to target, because that would be, well, I don't know. We'll find out how much we get today. I haven't collected this a bunch. I don't want to be guessing at what would be a lot. We're at 3,000 something in it right now, though. And I'm not sure where a smuggler MK2 mech is. What planet is that on? That sounds like something you want to kill, right? Probably a little, like, out of my shooty shoot range, but... See, this is what happens when you wake up really early, stream, drink a bunch of coffee, take a break, drink a bunch of coffee, then hop back on. You're crafting and just... That's like some kind of key lime pie stuff. It's very, it's good, but whew, I'm not sure if the energy drink part wakes you up or like the very, very citric sweetness part. I don't know why, but I think that they should pop us a blueprint right now. Or more of these. I would take a bunch of these. I feel that this is going to be a really cool blueprint. Oh, that's a nice hit. And so that's not bad at all. I don't even think that's costing us near that much. What's the price on this? 1 pack. 4 pack. So let's say with markup we're 5, maybe 6 pack per clicky click, right? Oh, that's probably not true. I believe these have a 200% markup. Yeah, I lied. Kind of missed myself a little bit there. Got some carpentry skill. That's kind of cool. That carpenter level's being absolutely carried by engineering, just for the record. Like, engineering for the win. Lots of engineering. And this mechanical skill beef up that I'm about to do over the next like month or so while I'm on this planet, plus we're shooting the crap out of stuff. But for a couple days we're gonna run just the crap out of texture runs. And that'll help us fill up some blueprint stuff, beef up our mechanical. It's lagging. It's a base sub score. It's very important, you guys. I don't even know why it's important. In my mind, it's very important. Like, I don't like any of my stuff to be under a certain proportion below the others. And they lag behind because they're not rewarded at the same rate. We're 1/3 done right there. Boom. So, if that's a reflection, they should pop us blueprints at least 4 more times. Hopefully, one of them's a permanent. Maybe the other 3 times could be a bunch of this, but I'd like at least one permanent one. Then maybe we'll have enough. I'm not kicking butt on gaining that either. That's expensive for its not markup-iness. See, this is probably better to just buy out of the auction if you were just skilling the applicator part. Because 102% markup, honestly, I'm likely not manufacturing this at 102% markup. Just to be honest, I'm going to crash mine out and use it to skill. But whoever's selling that on average of 102%, I would be shocked. I don't see how you would make it. The extractors themselves have 200% markup. Nobody in the game gets 100% successes. These have markup, but I don't think very much markup. Let's look. 102%. So that has the same markup. And you don't get a massive markup on metal residue either or anything like that. So it's not like that's any way that they're going to make a profit selling textures at 102%. Like they may be trying to recover some of their loss, but in all honesty, they should just crash them out and skill them out. I would not be doing that. I wouldn't sell at 102%. I'm going to get a portion of the ped back when I skill out the things anyway. And I'd rather put it into something where you have an actual markup. Like leather texture can still be applied into a vehicle and actually... Oh, look at this. Let's see. Make sure we don't have it. Boom. I shouldn't have put that in there. Let me open this back up and let's get that out so we can go over what we got at the end. It was this reddish pink texture, right? Yeah. That's cool. Sorry about that. I'm going to check this out. So the markup might be good on that. Nah, it's not really impressive, but... Reddish pink, huh? Vibrance. Oh, it's not much stuff. It's just a lot of stuff, right? I don't know what I think about that. Reddish pink. I don't really make anything that necessarily I can think of is gonna Be a strong reddish pink item. I guess I could make a reddish pink helicopter, throw it in the auction house on Calypso, and see if somebody heart desire was a reddish pink. But we'll have to find out what level these are to apply. So making a texture and the texture application are two different things. And so who knows? I don't know what a quasdeer ingot is. That must be a planetary one. I recognize everything else. And so I don't know. We'll have to see if somebody actually sells that stuff at some point. And we'll have to see if this looks good. Reddish pink, who knows what that looks like? I mean, we're getting pretty good return on stuff on recycle way like basis. Yeah, I'm legitimately shocked that there's people selling generic leather textures at 102%. That's a horrible price point. Like that legit is somebody just running big runs to it's reasonable actually, though I've done that. I was all gonna be like, I can't believe somebody's doing that, but I did the crap out of that kind of stuff at first, so that was not really the best choice. But I did get a bunch of blueprints, so I can't talk too much crap. Gonna just see what we're at here. Oh, see, that's not bad either. They could have like hooked a little blueprint onto there. Let's see, we're learning, we're actually getting that at a reasonable rate. I mean, that's not a very heavy percentage-wise skill at all. Yeah, see, everybody's just collecting away. Honestly, with the amount of animals you can just swat, it's kind of a little bit shocking. I don't know why you're celebrating, but cool. And I hope it kicked butt. I'm sure any second now they've decided that they wanted to hook us up with a really rare blueprint. Like, I don't know. What could we be hoping for, actually? So, this cow spot one, I feel I want this spotted cow one. I don't know why I think I need this. I thought we had a jelly baby. I don't know what a mandala is. I know it's some kind of design, but I don't remember that one. Delicate lace would be cool, right? And I don't know what an ancient Moroccan texture is either. This skull texture, that's what we want. They got a Queen of Hearts texture or a diamond texture. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to actually run um, the the native planetary blueprint to have a chance to get this cow spot blueprint. That's right. That's now our goal, is the cow spot blueprint. I don't know, but that's rare, right? What is a tart? I don't know that one. Okay, enough wish listing. Just saying, don't start crafting, you'll freaking get addicted to blueprints. It's so dangerous. You'll think, I need to make a giant run till I get this blueprint, and then you'll get a blueprint, and the only thing is that you'll learn about a new blueprint, and then you'll get that blueprint, and you'll realize you need two things that you don't have and nobody's making, so then all of a sudden you're needing the blueprints for the subcomponent. It's just a big circle. I have blueprints for stuff that maybe one day I have that specific subcomponent, but they're rare. And so maybe one day. And then I have ones that are like easy to make too. But the aspirational ones, man, it's rough. We're almost at halfway point. You know what I'm also noticing? That there's some socks on Toulan that I never have seen them before. And maybe they're all over the place, but I don't know. I feel that there's a few socks that I hadn't seen before on this planet. And there's some kind of sweat circle thing, which I thought was interesting. So there's tons of mobs that you can just solo swant, like the tabs and stuff. But the other day I was like hoverboarding around the planet and over somewhere, and I don't know where it is. There was a group of people mobbing up on a mob, and so there are actual like sweat circles. I just don't know enough about it. I didn't stop in or anything, and so. But I do see most of the people are actually sweating outside of the gates of this place in most cases because they're like swanting their way through the dailies, I think, which is a good choice. That is going up so slow. Ooh, right there. We'll take any amount of this we can get. This is our lag behind by a long ways, and it'll be lagging behind for a while. We'll have to pump out a bunch of guns or something to actually move that. These textures don't move it much, it seems. Somehow I'm internally rooting for that cow texture to appear. I would doubt that cow texture is linked to this one though. I'm gonna almost 100% bet that we don't get anything like that until we start running the crap out of their local textures, which is a bummer. But I'll take what we get until then. So by the way, if you're just doing Nadiras, there are much cheaper ways. You can do Nadiras and claim the 75 pack-in machinery off of any blueprint with 1,000 clicks, and it's not even 1,000 successes. It's just 1,000 clicks. And so it's a pretty easy mission to knock out, especially if you're like, oh, I'm going to load 1,000 clicks of EP1 and just be like, pff. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking I should probably like load up the basic filter or something like that, mechanical nature, and let one run all day and see what happens here. Because I don't know the pop stuff at all. I know that everybody on this planet, well, not everybody, but a lot of people on this planet seem to have fancy clothes and really good textures. There's some kind of like translucent texture. I don't know if they're getting it from here. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm sure it's very popular. I don't know though. I'm still wanting to get the cow print one, but and I'm not really a tailor. I just like making textures and stuff. So for other things like vehicles, basically for vehicles. And I textured a bunch of my clothes and stuff, but mostly we texture vehicles. And so I don't even think that would work out for a vehicle, honestly. That works good for clothes, but a vehicle I would have to see that on to know what the heck, right? But a cow spot helicopter, that's something somebody will pay for, I feel. And then on top of that, then we have to go find whatever the heck goes into a cow spot texture. Because I have not seen any cows on this planet. I mean, I'm not saying that there's not any cows on this planet, because I don't know. But we don't have the texture yet, so we'll have to wait. We did cross the halfway point, though. That's always good. I'd like to see these skills advance a little faster. Which is always everybody's feeling on everything, right? Wouldn't it be nice if all our skills just were advancing faster? Yep. Oh, well, this affects a bunch of stuff. This is what we want to look at, material designer. We're low level in it, and we need this up. So we need to be doing some serious taking books, texturing them with cheap texture. Or not cheap texture, low markup texture. So when you do a texturing on a book or anything, it's a conversion of the value of the textures and stuff. And so you definitely don't want to necessarily go with just cheap. Look, we got a level 2. Pretty sure we already had this one, but that's cool. And we'll get some kind of markup out of it. Like I'll put it in there cheap if I have it already, and I'm pretty sure I do. Oh yeah, we definitely have it already. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go into the auction house. But that's a level 2. That's from this planet. Could we really get a cow spot texture? That'd be so pimp. This girl's texture right here. See what I'm saying? What is that? It's like, I don't know what they call that. Sheer? Is that what they call that? Sheer? I think so. I don't know this stuff as well as I should. Some kind of texture. I don't know what you would do with that on a building. Or, I mean, not a building, but a vehicle. Fancy as clothes, though. But that's expensive. Probably hard to do, to be honest. Oh, we're kicking butt. It's like drinking some kind of pie. I have no idea how they make those. But it has to be one heck of a like laboratory chemistry process to make fake pie flavored drinks, right? Yeah, good for them though. So we definitely need this up more. See, we're at 2,420, and so I'll be changing in 1 second. Interesting. It's so close, I thought that we'd get a skill up by now and actually click over on a point. Maybe, maybe not, huh? Somehow it'd be nice to get a global in here too, somehow. I have never got a global on something this low a value though. And so, that's not true. I've got a global on a little, what is it called? EP1 before, but on a texture, I've never got a global. I'm sure they have it. You know what I mean? Oh, that guy has a fancy shirt. What? Look at that. What's up with this? See? Who's this? We're gonna check this guy's shirt out. Well, he has a cool shirt. I don't know what that shirt is, but that's fancy. Fancy shirt, dude. I like that. Okay, I gotta go check my daughter real quick. She's up from her nap, is what it sounded like, and stirring. And my trust level for her, kind of checked on, not that high because she's little. Hold on 1 second. Okay, she is good. So, hope you guys are kicking some butt and doing some globals on your gameplay. Or at least some serious skill in it and stuff, you know. I just saw that there's a warning. If you drink too much of this type of stuff, it would make you irritable and may not let you sleep. I'm like, it's an energy drink. Probably not gonna let you sleep. I don't know. I don't drink a lot of them, but lately I have been, to be honest. Like one a day almost. Well, no, that's a fib. One every other day or so. And some of them are just too sweet. Some are like really delicious. It's a mixed bag. Honestly, I think this is going to end up being as popular as a daily as that Monrio one. This is a valuable, valuable skill. By the way, if you're going to do this, it does take a second to get through the whole Nadira wants an apprentice thing. It's not instant at all. Um, you have to run around, find a bunch of crap, have to go then find a bunch of people. Then you have to shoot the crap out of a whole bunch of things for jellies. The jellies are not that commonly dropped. I'm just gonna let you know that. Luckily, you get to collect the daily the whole time. But it did take a few days. It wasn't like, so don't just come here one day and be like, nah, I'm gonna just knock this out, go back on the weekend. You won't finish the whole Nadira pre-thing. Well, maybe you will if you are just like hardcore as crap, but it takes a second. I would plan on coming here for like a little bit. Plus, you're gonna want more points than just a few points. You're gonna want like thousands of points. And so, let's see. At 70, if you stayed for a month, what is that? 21 pad? Yeah, 21 pad in machinery. I didn't want to be wrong. But 21 pad in machinery is a significant amount. And so, if you were just running the EP1, which is going to be your cheapest option if you're qualified to do it, and you have a full one, uh, you're going to get most of it back in recovery on a full qualified person. Like, I don't know if it's a up or a down. It's a rare skill that's harder to find in the auction house, to be honest. So I consider it worth doing. But I consider a ton of the dailies worth doing if it's in the direction of your profession. See, now we're all heavy as crap. Okay, we're gonna have 500 left after this gets to 1,000. So that's not bad. It's totally a reasonable amount. Would be nice to get a few more blueprints though. Our blueprints went up though. It's at 94. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Let's check this. Let's see where our blueprint. Yeah, it did go up a little bit, a very little bit. Well, too bad there's not a craft speed enhancer pill, right? Like craft 30% faster under this. Oh, I guess that would mess everything up. That would never work actually, but okay. In theory, we should get two more blueprints on this last 500 clicky clickies, and so let's hope that that actually happens. Who knows? I feel that this gives me more. Well, it gives me more blueprints for sure on Calypso when I run a generic leather, but there are a lot more blueprint options on Calypso, and a huge amount of them are actually usually the limited blueprints and stacks. So, what can you say? Did they count that mission done though? Let's check that. Yeah, see, we're finishing through anyway. I mean, we're just making sure that they counted the mission through. So we've got a little bit of tailoring this run. Not very much though. Honestly, for tailoring, I'm pretty fond of the Cyrenian Daily if I have the materials and stuff to do it. I don't do it very often, obviously, but if you guys know of a better way to train tailor, like a really good daily, I'd love to hear it because honestly, I don't know a great daily outside of the Cyrene one for tailoring. And so, oh look, we did. Reddish pink texture. We've got two reddish pink textures, so we'll be selling one of these. That's not super expensive. Let's check the market. Let's see this crap. Reddish pink texture. Okay, so the price on them is crap right now, right? You guys see this? We're looking at maybe putting that. I'll put that in there probably really at 2 pet to be honest. which is a significant markup for a one pack thing, you know what I mean? Because it's one pack to us, technically, if we TT'd that out. And so that's a lot percent markup, technically. But obviously, months and months ago, or maybe a year ago, when everybody was here doing all that furniture crafting, when they first went buck wild over here, um, that would have been a really good actual blueprint. At this point, it looks like it's just not. But I didn't have it, so we don't have to buy one, and we can sell one, and so that's a victory. I always like that armor. Just looks brute, right? Just like that. We're 10% of that 500. So honestly, I don't know the dailies on Arcadia yet. Um, Luckily, we'll be here for a while. I don't know who. There's a girl over here in an angel outfit that looks pimp as crap. Just gonna let you know. I don't know how much money she put into her outfit. Probably a little bit. I mean, not sure where you get the angel wings, but or any of the other stuff she was wearing. Looked fancy though. I don't know what somebody's healing themselves or doing something. Yeah, I have no idea. That's somebody driving off. So do you know if each one of the planets would like you have Toulan. It has that engineering daily for the 75 pack. You have this that has the mechanical for 70 pack. If they added something like on Rocktopia like this, and maybe Arcadia and stuff, and probably they should do something on Calypso. It would make it really easy as crap to level up and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, boom. That would be, you just like go around, you'd hit every one of the things. Yes, it would take a year. But if you ground all the dailies for like a month on each planet, and they actually hooked up a mix of like the sub skills as a daily, it would be pimp as crap. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty glad that they have a machinery and a engineering sub skill dailies and stuff like that, to be honest. Hold on, gotta go check my daughter one more time. Okay. My daughter is not a fan of nap time, any capacity. Which I don't think I was either, to be honest. In fact, I'm pretty sure I hated nap time. Make sure nothing happened. Nope. Whew. Okay, so we still want the cow spots. Honestly, I'm not really sure what I would do with the cow spot one. And I kind of wonder how high a level you have to be to texture something in cow spot colors. I know that's a weird question, but like, is it a high level thing? I haven't seen anybody walking around in cow spot clothing or a cow spot vehicle flying around or anything, you know what I mean? This is something that has to be done now. You would think within the several runs that we'll make on this planet that we'll get it somewhere in there. Looks like more and more people keep on showing up to do this. Good choice. Okay, so we'll be able to sell that too. Pretty sure I have one. Well, we know we have one of these and one of these now. Okay, we're kicking butt. We're almost to 1200. From there, we'll have 300 little clicky clicks, and boom. You would think we'd at least get one more blueprint hit in here. And that definitely should be the spotted cow, the cow spots. I think that they should hand us that, but I literally do believe that that's going to come down to me having to run like a big run of one of the ones in its book. So let's look what we have here. I think it was a level 2. So, cow spots is a level 1? I don't know what a tartan is. I think that that's that design that's used on Scottish Celts, though, to be honest. That'd probably be popular too, to make green tartan design pattern ones right around St. Patrick's Day. That one looks cool too. Okay, cross fingers. 300 left. I think now you guys see why during that whole like 30 days straight doing this daily on Monrea, I was just clicking the camera off on myself so I didn't have to awkwardly sit here. On these texture runs, I probably won't flip off the camera. When I do switch to doing a 30-day run here, I probably will not use my camera though. And I'll add an extra stream in which we will knock out 30 days straight on this running the EP2 too. But that'll be after I do several runs of different textures. Plus the other dailies where we shoot stuff. But we're collecting some mechanics before we move on from this planet. Like crap loads. That 21 plus pet of mechanics will significantly help us out. We'll find out how much it actually boosts things today. I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to get out of this. But I know some is better than none. And so, definitely will progress us. 70 pe or 70 pack, 70 pad. That'd be epic. Like it has a fancy little fisty thingy. I never did the little fish stuff a lot. I mean, I bought one before and ran around and punched some stuff like when I first started, but I never really worked up that brawler line. And so, do see people like it sometimes though. Oh, sorry. Kind of defeats the whole idea of looking at those, huh? You guys kind of feel we should have got another blueprint right here, right? Like, I mean, like, it's not a reality, like, we don't deserve one, but it would be nice. Okay, 200 clicky clicks. And if that's you saying hello, anybody in the stream, hello back at you. I would expect that this last 200 somewhere in here we'd get some kind of blueprint. We didn't get any more of these. It might not matter. Some blueprints you run and you get more than one clicky of the value of texture. Some you don't, though. I don't think so. Literally don't know on that. Can I be honest? If you got this reddish pink, and I'm not a high enough texture to probably apply this one right here. But for some reason, I think if you got this Queen of Hearts one, because it's in the Valentine's area right now, I think that this could be a good texture to get right now. You know what I'm saying? The skull one would be a cool texture to get. And we have some of this, but not a permanent one. I'm gonna let you guys know, I don't know all the vocal emotes that people can use. I have to look those up. Maybe put some on a tab. Maybe create a tab. Maybe I shouldn't add anything to my thing. I already have stuff scattered everywhere. Well, that's a cool one. I don't know how they get. I'm gonna look at these. Well, we'll wait till we're done with this. I don't want to get all distracted. Get distracted way too easy, you guys. I'm sorry. But obviously, there's a bunch of vocal emotes that we need to know more about. I thought I was gonna burp, you guys. I'm sorry. This energy drink stuff, I didn't trust it. Didn't think you guys wanted me to be implied. That seems like fancy armor right here. That does seem like fancy armor. Interesting. I wonder what that is. I'm gonna scan them when we're done, don't worry. Okay, last 100 clickies, starting now. I'd still appreciate it if they wanted to give us one more blueprint in this last 100 clickies, but at this point, let's just face it, they're not likely to just hand us another one. Maybe. Okay. Ah, boom. That is not what I would have expected. Okay, that's not a texture. I believe I already have this, but let's look at the. Sorry, you guys. Why are we losing it? Okay, what are we looking at? Markup value. Oh, so they sell for at least a pad to 2 pad. Okay, that's reasonable. That seems very fancy. Okay, 50 clicky clicks left. So at this point, we're flying through them, you know what I mean? Like, we're down to the last few. So close. We got a couple points of manufacturing methodology in here, though. So that's not bad. I mean, that's an unlocked advanced skill, so like you won't just get that unless you're like level 30 or above in a item and crafty level. But it comes in way slow at that point anyway, so right. Okay, let's look at the statistics. So it says some stuff. I don't know how much we spent on this, so like this is kind of an irrelevant. We're around the 42% normal success rate for most things. And that's just reality. Now, I'm going to show you some of the textures. We'll especially look at the ones that we just got. Then we'll go collect our things. So these are the material textures. Boom. Obviously, we've been have enough to do a run of all these while we're here. And we'll build up some more of this stuff before. Let's see. This is the one that we wanted to check out. Reddish pink, right? Got a couple of those anyway. We have 9 pages of this crap? Hold on, we're not gonna look at it that way. Obviously, I have some and some. So this is oh, this is cool. So this is reddish pink texture, guys. I'm gonna load the extra one that I have into the auction house. This is the extra one. I'll make it cheap. You guys can use the interplanetary buyout. So this is the Mocot texture. It's the other one we have. Probably not gonna. We already have this though too. This is a cool texture. Let's see what level can you do it at. Ah, we're not qualified yet to do that. So then the other texture we got was this luxury ornate. Oh, this pimp. Look at this. So we have a few piles of this. I might have enough. 18th level to 22. See that crap? We can't do that. So this is what I mean. Like some of the really cool stuff that's way later, right? Okay. So I'm gonna show you the one I think is cool as crap. Oh, is it Tesla Pod? Yeah. Okay. So one of my favorite ones, and the one I want to hunt the crap out of, when I get back. But you see, this is a 28th level texture. So I'd have to find somebody to do this texture for me. I could craft it, but I couldn't apply it to something. Does that make sense? And so, but the Tesla pod texture, in my opinion, is insanely cool. And I think it would just be neat to be able to bust out some. So next time we will run a different texture. It won't be the basic leather. Real quick, I'm going to auction this off. If you guys are quick, you guys can get it for cheapest crap. Hold on 1 second. We're going to put this one in there. I'm going to actually, for you guys, put it at a normal buyout at 1. It's going to tell me that it's way below price. I don't really care. Um, and we're going to do the same for this. If you guys are quick enough, you guys can grab it. Um, I don't know if you want that. It is below markup, obviously. I'm keeping this. This I don't need though. Hold on. Ibram, I'm pretty sure I have this. Yep. We'll sell this too really low. That way it'll help somebody else get started up and stuff. And then this stuff we're going to throw in here. Obviously we already have some textures and some other stuff. So that'll all be later on. Be making something, texturing it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and collect the, that's kind of cool. She matched her little beret thingy or something. See, I don't know enough about the clothes or anything. I'm working on it. We're all working on it. So, boom. Nadira, I'm going to suggest you guys actually pick up this if you're going to come to this planet. Boom. 23.99 machinery. And so that's 70 pack of machinery right there. I'd say 70 pack while you're doing a mission is pretty good. After we're done with running all of the texture runs, I will do a 30-day straight skilling run. I'll just move it to a different time slot so that we can do daily hunting runs during the normal time slot. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Peace and very best wishes. And I hope you guys have an epic day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to host this over to another person that's actually doing Entropia. So it's not awkward or anything. And so that, well, so you guys get to keep watching Entropia, because who doesn't love that, right? Hope you guys have a great one. Peace and very best wishes. And thank you.